Hi everyone, back again for the last of the series, and it is our sympathy card for a young person. So I have got my Whisper White card base done. I've got a Delightful Daisy matte layer, and then I've got some Whisper White again, and they will be layered up. I have got a bit of Pool Party ribbon that I am going to stick on either side, cut, and then tie just a knot, I think. And I have got two die cut butterflies that I am going to dust with a small, this is so soft, this wee brush, and you'll see there is other colours of ink in it, and what I do is just lightly dust it and then I will clean it using soapy water and then just let it dry, because I don't use it very often, but for this effect it needs to be used. So I'm going to put that aside and I'm bringing in my butterflies. I'm not sure, I originally thought I might use both layered up, but I'm not 100%. So I'm going to lightly dust my butterfly, okay? So all I'm doing is, if I show you, now, as I said, these brushes weren't expensive. I think I got 3 for £2 maybe. Lightly dab it on and you can see it's quite vibrant. So what I've done is stamped it off a few times and then just lightly circular motion and just bring the colour in. And it really does give a very, very soft, subtle look rather than the sponges or the finger daubers, which tend to give you a more harsh line. So you can see it is ever so subtle. Okay, so we'll do the other side. There we go. And if I put that on there, you'll see the colour difference. It is subtle, but it's there. Okay, so let me just see. Right, I'm going to dust this large one because I think I might need to use the larger one. The smaller one is just a little too small. I think it's getting lost on the card. And as I said, with a child or a young person's card, you don't want it to be too muted. You need that wee splash of colour, because even for a child, you do need that tiny wee bit of colour in your life to remind you that they were here and they were vibrant and and the reason I'm using Tranquil Tide is it's a kind of neutrally colour. It's got tints of blue in it, but it's more leaning towards the green. Right, so I'll move that out the way, bring that back in, and line it up a wee bit, like that. Yep, I like that. Going to leave it single layer. And I'm just ever so slightly pulling the wings up a bit. And what I want is a little bit of a trail, which I'll use with, let me think, I actually want a wee splattery look at the back. So I'm going to get touches of texture. Touches of texture. And I'm going to stamp off, I think. Yeah. I'm just going to bring it in there. So I just want the one wee splash just under where the wings will be. Right. Then we're going to have that. And then we'll have the sentiment down below. So I'm going to layer these up. And I'm just using wet glue. Let's go. Got that. And we'll bring in this layer. And I'm going to get my ribbon added to the reverse first. So, place it underneath for a minute. In fact, do it this way, it's probably easiest. Right. As I said, I would add a little bit of colour, but just remember to keep your colours to a minimum. Don't have it garish with loads of colour in it. Right, so I want it that way. And let me just line this up on my wee mat there. And I want just touching on, and the same at this side, just touching on. Right, and then we need to get this on. I'm going to just put it on my X-Acto knife so I can position it where I want without having to struggle too much. That looks good. And you'll see this is looped here. I'm just going to pull it up to the centre and cut. Okay, because I'm going to tie a knot in that. And then we want to add this, and I will be putting that up on dimensionals. Where did I put my dimensionals now? Over here. And I'm just using the edge part. Yep, that's fine. Like that. It's left even a wee bit. And then I'm going to tie a knot. And this. And my hands are a bit swollen today, so I am being a bit all over the place. And I don't want it dead central. I want it over to the side a little. There we go. Oops, that's better. Oops, and there you go. Come on, be nice. Be nice. Right. I'm keeping it loose at the moment, and I'll just tighten it up. Like that. Why is that round there? Don't want that round there, I want it round here. Right, concerned with that in a minute. Let me just trim that. And this one that way. Right, and I just want a couple of wee rhinestones there, I think, just as a butterfly trail. Right, so rhinestones. And I won't be adding tons of these. It'll only be a couple, 3 I think maybe. That's 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to use the sentiment from Hopeful Thoughts, and it's sharing your sorrow, because it's not huge. And I have got, no, I'll do it with this, and I'm going to use the Tranquil Tide again to stamp it, but I'll use it full strength, I think. We'll see. Right, let me just bring that in. In fact, I'll get another block so I can clean that maybe a minute. Right. Sharing in your sorrow. Yep, on at full strength. I'll just do that. It's not very straight. Let me just grab another bit of card. I really should be wearing my glasses today because my eyes are a bit blurry. Let's sit on there. It's going to be neat. Let me just see if I can find one a little bit thicker. There we go. Right. Even up on my block. Stamp down. I think it's actually the stamp that's a bit ski with. So I'll just need to trim it and hope for the best. So where's my small guillotine? And I'm just going to line that up along there. Like that. And I'll put it this way. And then we'll go this way. Oops, eraser. And I'm going to place that let me just see if I can straighten this little bow up because it is annoying me. And if I can't, I will use this. Right, behave yourself, bow. Typical, takes you an hour to put it in and you can't get it back out. Right, there we go. Come on. Because I've got no nails, I didn't trim my nails the other night as well. That's it. Right, so if I bring that like that, and that like that. Let me just see. So there, and there, and then place that over the top. Quite like that actually. That's what I'll do. So a little bit of tear tape. Go across there. Take that off. And I want that to go to there and then fold back like that. So I need a little glue dot. Fold that back. Then we'll have this one there and fold that back. I need another little glue dot. Just about there. Then we will add our sentiment over the top of that with dimensionals. I'm just going to snip these. One, two, three. I'll do one at the side. Trim that down a bit, I think. One at that side. And one there. I need to trim that little one off a bit. And it's still absolutely tipping down. Right. Sharing in your sorrow. Oops, I want that over a bit. Sharing in your sorrow. Then I want to trim these down just a little bit more. I'm going that way, I think. So go in and snip like that. Yep. And snip. Perfect. Sharing in your sorrow. And for a last wee bit, and as I said, this is the only exception when doing a sympathy card, is for a child. You can get away with a tiny little bit of glitter. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just add a tiny wee spot to my finger. And then I'm going to just add it on the edge of the butterfly wing, so that when it catches the light, that's the only time you're really going to see any. So I'm just ever so slightly, and it's the most subtle amount possible. And then we'll do the other side. And it should be kept to an absolute minimum. It should never be garish. That's added a wee bit there, I'll rub that off. That's it, perfect. So I'll show you that up close so you can see it. Right. So that is the finished card. And as you can see, the glitter is ever so subtle. Okay, it's not prominent at all. It's really subtle. And it's not dark and gloomy, it is serene. And I think that's the best option that you can have for a child's card. Have a bit of colour, but don't have it bright and bold. Have it quite muted, with soft colours, but don't just restrict it. Use it in your card. With the adult female, I did suggest using a splash of colour, but for a child you do add quite a wee bit. So I hope that's inspired you, and I hope that in the event that you ever have to make a sympathy card for a child bereavement, that this has helped for you to have some idea of how to put it together, because they're not the easiest of cards to make. They really aren't, but they are doable. Alright, and as I said, they are something that people who are grieving will get a little bit of comfort from. So I hope this series has helped you to think about sympathy cards in a different way. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.